Good morning, thriving warriors. Today is Sunday, June 18th, 2023, and this is Father's Day. So, congratulations to all of the other fathers out there. I am the proud parent of 6 successful, impressive kids. Each is more impressive than the next. So I'm quite lucky for that. And it also works out well for retirement. So here we are. At Department of Career Services, where our goal is simple. It's to help you get from where you are to someplace better, or as we call it, someday Isle to Success Landia. And we do that through the idea of a metaphorical boat that we help you build, and we help you get a crew for that boat. Because Success Landia is way over the horizon, second star on the right, halfway on till morning type of thing, and you can't get there on your own. You got to have a boat that is big enough to carry a crew, a boat that's big enough to get there, which means you have to have a crew. Can't get there on a raft, can't do it by yourself. You got to get other people. And on this metaphorical boat, we focus on 4 parts: the sails, the rudder, below deck, and the hull. And in our 4-part transformational program, we focus on physical change, mental change, emotional change, and spiritual change. So the sails are akin to the physical change. Without sails on your boat, if you don't take care of the sails, the wind isn't going to work. You'll get a tear, the sail goes, boom, you're gone. Now, all of a sudden, you got big problems. In your life, if you are physically not healthy and fit, it's going to be very difficult to move forward, literally, as well as figuratively. The mental part of our program is akin to the rudder on the ship. It's our ability to steer from where we are to where we want to get to be, our ability to avoid the problems and steer towards the good parts. That is the rudder on the ship. And without a rudder, you're what's known in law school, at least the law school I went to, as rudderless, meaning you're subject to the current and the wind, and that will usually not take you where you want to go. And then the below deck is the emotional part of our program. So below deck is where you have the galley and where you have the bed and where you have your storage and things like that, and your extra supplies. Where you can keep warm and safe when it's cold outside, or you can keep cool when it's hot outside. It's the place you go for safety. It would be a very miserable trip if you had no below deck and you just had to be outside all the time. So below deck is the emotional part of our program. And the most important part of our program goes along with the hull of the ship, which is the spiritual part, the belief that Jesus is the Messiah, where we are saved by grace and grace alone. If your sails fail and or your rudder fails and or your below deck has some problems in it, life is going to be tough, but you can make it. If your hull is breached, you're probably going to go down. Hopefully you'll be able to grab onto something, praying for somebody to come along and rescue you. The hull is the most important part of the ship, and the spiritual part is the most important part of our program. We learned that after about 14 years, that's the most important part, not the learning, not the emotional part, the spiritual part. So we are moving that direction. We have a lot of people who were here years before we did the spiritual part, and they just don't quite get it yet. They don't have the ability or the desire to step outside of themselves, look at how they're doing and say, you know what, I could do better. So we're working on that. In today's motivational video, skipping ahead, it says people are motivated by 2 things and 2 things alone: pain and pleasure. So we're attracted to things that are pleasure, but we avoid things that are painful or we believe to be painful. So spiritual part, people not embracing it, it's because they think it's more pain. There's more pain than pleasure. more stuff I have to do, more confusion, more uncertainty. This guy says this, that says that. He gives me this Bible, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what to do. We're working on that, and we've got some ideas thanks to Dave, Randy, Dennis, Desert Oasis Mission, Baraka Church. Okay, so we're 5 minutes in on this Sunday. Good morning to those people who are listening. Good day to those people who are not listening live but are watching this. Good job. Thank you. We appreciate it. Please make sure to subscribe, click on the bell, thumbs up, share. You know the thing. So we start with our cup of coffee. A little ritual, get us going, brain going, habit, pen, book. And now let's go get right into it very quickly. Advice from an 80-year-old. Here it is. Remember that 80% of the success in any job is based on your ability to deal with people. True. That means you have to stop saying, I don't care about what other people think of me. I don't care. Okay, we're in this together. Communities of kinship. All right, our attitude of gratitude. Let's write in our book. I'm so happy and grateful now that. Boom. What am I so happy and grateful for? And ask yourself the question. Ask your brain the question. What am I so happy and grateful for right now? And then write it down. I would simply say being a father. And it's Sunday. So a bunch of things I get to do today. Church. I'm going to go see the chickens and the horse after that. Bible study in the jail, probably. Chicken coop, maybe. At least get the fence put together. And then maybe church again at dinner time. See if anybody wants to go. All right, Chapo. Okay, today, let's see, what do we have on our list? Our TED Talk. This is day 7 of week 4 of our online course. Our 4-week course, and we finish with David Foster Wallace's commencement speech, which is fit and appropriate to do that. His very famous "This is Water" commencement speech. Everybody should know this, have this, take this to heart. Seth Godin. Okay, today was a long one. Finding agency. The first few moves of a chess game give the player almost unlimited freedom. There are countless legal moves and nothing to constrain the choices that a player makes among them. So you have 16 pieces. You can move at least 10 of them on the opening mark. And of those 8 can be moved either 1 or 2 spots. A lot of combinations. But as we add leverage to our culture and our organizations, the choices aren't as easy. So we start out, and Jordan Peterson says, as a child, we start out with virtually unlimited potential. As we get older, boom, it narrows in. And when you're coming out of prison and you're not educated, your opportunities are like that. Versus if you are educated, well educated, you have this broad spectrum of things you can do. Jerry Garcia couldn't easily change the Grateful Dead's touring regime, even if he wanted to. With a payroll of nearly 100 people, the organization needed to be on the road playing ever bigger venues to keep the machine going. The same feels true for countless situations involving countries, organizations, big and small, and even individuals in a system. The high school principal might be in charge of the school, but their degree of freedom aren't unlimited. And one reason is that freedom and agency aren't the same thing. Freedom of choice implies that the repercussions of any given choice are mild. Freedom without responsibility feels like the goal. But in fact, agency with leverage only works because it's so difficult and comes with so much responsibility. What? Confused. The struggling small business owner can shut down a division, sell an asset, or part ways with a partner. It's not easy, it feels painful and fraught, but it's still possible. The easiest option is to imagine that we have no difficult options. We often do. Okay. A little bit too complex for today. The Wolf and the Lamb. Aesop's Fables, The Wolf and the Lamb. A stray lamb stood drinking early one morning on the brink of a woodland stream. That very same morning, a hungry wolf came by further up the stream, hunting for something to eat. He soon got his eyes on the lamb. As a rule, Mr. Wolf snapped up such delicious morsels without making any bones about it, but this lamb looked so very helpless and innocent that the wolf felt he ought to have some kind of an excuse to take its life. "How dare you paddle around in my stream and stir up the mud?" he shouted fiercely. "You deserve to be punished severely for your rashness." "But your highness," replied the trembling lamb, "do not be angry. I cannot possibly muddy the water. You're drinking up there. Remember, you're upstream and I'm downstream." "You do muddy it," retorted the wolf savagely. "And besides, I've heard that you told lies about me to last year." "How could I have done so?" pleaded the lamb. "I wasn't born until this year." "If it wasn't you, it was your brother." "I have no brothers." "Well then," snarled the wolf, "it was someone in your family anyway. But no matter who it was, I do not intend to be talked out of my breakfast." And without more words, the wolf seized the poor lamb and carried her off to the forest. The morals of the story. The tyrant can always find an excuse for his tyranny. And the unjust will not listen to the reasoning of the innocent. Wow, profound. Okay, fourth law of power. Fairness only occurs between equals. The strong do what they can, the weak suffer what they must. The lion didn't need to explain his actions, and by seeking an excuse only made himself look weak, i.e., he broke the second law of power, never give up power. The wolf could merely have remained himself. I'm a wolf, I eat lambs. Okay, cool. Prayer of the day. Thanks to you, our Lord Jesus Christ, for all the benefits which you have given us, for all the pains and results and insults which you have borne for us. Most merciful Redeemer, friend and brother, may we know you more clearly, love you more dearly, and follow you more nearly day by day. Amen. All righty then. So where are we at? Okay, 1329. Good. You notice there are no chats on here today. Nobody to chat, nobody for me to say thank you for being there. I can see that there are some people here. You can always text me. We're making some additional changes because we got to keep this thing down. Catman Joe, 4 more. So Catman Joe, happy Father's Day. Lucy, happy Father's Day. Sophie, happy Father's Day. All righty then. Boom. Let's see. Picture. Turn it around. Oh, I gotta do that. Nope. Cancel. There we go. Cancel. Let's see if I put it right there. If it should look the same. Nope. Cancel. Try try it one more time. Why does it look so much better on the screen? Okay, I'll just go with that. All right. All right, there we go. Father's Day messages from 3 of my 6 kids. So far, so good. It's not even 6:30 yet. All right, so there we are. I'm going to sign off. 2 last morsels to help get you from where you are to where you want to be, from Success Land, from Someday Out to Success Landia. Just use the Navy SEAL maxim, or our version of it. Yesterday was the only easy day. Just act such that yesterday was the only easy day. Just do a little bit more today. Get a little bit more comfortable being uncomfortable, etc. Embrace the suck. You know the thing, etc. Do that stuff. And lastly, if you're still here, the journey is not over yet. God still has something for you to do. So let's go out. Peace be with you. As Jesus said, my peace be with you. That's a little bit pretentious on my part. But let's go out, make something happen today, improve the lives of other people. And cut.